Perfectionism. So I've been wanting to do this video on perfectionism and anxiety for a while. But what has happened is my own internal need to make things perfect has gotten in the way of me doing this video. I assumed that if I was going to be talking about perfectionism, that I needed to make sure whatever I was saying was perfect. And so I've gone over in my head over and over and over again about what would I actually say, what points would I bring, and what information would I provide in terms of how perfectionism increases anxiety. And I realized that there was no better way to really show that than to talk about the experiences that I have had in this moment just in creating this video to be perfect. See, I've always been a perfectionist, and I don't know if no, I'm gonna say I always thought that it was part of my personality. I'm a Virgo, and Virgos are known to be perfectionists, and that's just how I've been my whole life. I've always tried to make everything perfect, and all that has done is increase my anxiety, especially in social situations when you go out and you want to make sure that your hair is perfect, the outfit's perfect, the way that you behave is perfect, everything is perfect for the situation that you're going into. And that puts a lot of stress on you, and that stress increases your anxiety. And then you start getting to a point where when you're facing those type of situations that you feel anxiety before they even come about. When somebody talks about, hey, let's get together and go out, and then the anxiety goes up because you know that you're going to have to try to be perfect in that situation. So I guess what I want to look at is that perfection is in the eye of the beholder. Perfection is defined as the absence of, no, it's not the absence of, it's being without. I guess it's still the same as absence of. It's being without defect, without flaw. And if you ask 100 different people what it means to be perfect, what their perfect person looks like, you're gonna get 100 different answers. And so what happens is that we create this image within our head of what perfect looks like. And when we look at ourselves and we don't see that, we kind of freak out about it. And we start striving for whatever that image is. And most of the time, the image is something that is very unrealistic for us. It's not gonna happen, and it's not gonna be everything that we wanted it to be. I know when I started doing these videos, I would look at other videos and other therapists who were doing videos. I was like, oh, that's really good. Ooh, I want to be like that. Oh, yeah. And then I would do my own video and it'd be like, ugh, what is she talking about? Oh, gosh, you're just stumbling all over everything. And it was frustrating, but I was listening to a podcast, I think it was. I can't remember. Or I was reading something. It was most likely a podcast. I don't read very much. And it was talking about how done is good enough. And so I started getting into my head that belief that finishing something, doing something is good enough. Because what would happen is I would do it, and then I redo it, and then I redo it again, and I redo it again. Like if you look at, you can't because I didn't post them, but if you were to look at some of the first videos I did, there would be videos, it would be like 10 different little pieces of videos pieced together because I couldn't sit there and be what I thought was perfect for the duration of a video. And but then once I pieced it all together, it was still crap. And so I wouldn't post it. And I was like, it took me probably a good month before I decided, you know what, just screw it. Just put out there whatever you want, be yourself, be authentic, and just enjoy what you're doing. And ever since then, doing the videos have been less anxiety provoking because I know that it's just a few minutes and that I do know what I'm talking about. And so majority of my videos that I've done have been one takes. It's just been me pressing that play button, saying what I have to say, and stopping the recording. And even though things may not have been perfect, I may have did a lot of looking off into the sky like I always do when I'm thinking, it was still good enough. And I don't think that there is a perfect for me. I think that my perfect is being a little bit off, being a little bit and likes and looking off to the sky, because that's who I am. That's what I do. And if you're having a conversation with me, you're going to get a lot of the and likes and things like that. So I had to realize that what I was doing in my videos was already perfectly me. So I guess the takeaway that I want for what I want you to take away is that what you're doing is already good enough. There is no point in striving for this false image of perfection, because all you're going to do is stress yourself out, increase your anxiety levels, cause yourself to be overwhelmed, overthinking, not being able to sleep. You're going to isolate yourself from people and situations because you don't want to look stupid or make mistakes. You're not going to go for the things that you want to go for because you don't feel like you'll be perfect in those situations. And so I want to encourage you to step outside of that box and recognize that you are already perfect just the way you are.